Good day, everybody. My name is Mark Fournier. I'm going to be your instructor for the course. So today is Sunday, January the 16th. So the course will open up tomorrow, Monday morning. What I thought I'd do is put together a quick little video. I'm hoping to keep it around 5 to 10 minutes, although sometimes I do run long. Just to go over the course itself, to answer some high-level questions, and to give you guys the information that you needed in order to get started. So first off, a little bit about myself. I've been teaching at the college for probably a little over 10 years now. My basic background is actually accounting. I'm a CPA by trade, but I always enjoy teaching the marketing courses because marketing is actually the first thing that I ever taught. So in addition to teaching accounting and finance, which is kind of my day-to-day activities, I've had the pleasure and privilege of teaching marketing for about the last 15 to 20 years. I've taught it online, I've taught it face-to-face. And one thing I really like about teaching the marketing courses is that unlike some of the more traditional courses you may have taken, which are very much thou shalt type courses where you have very specific right and very specific wrong answers, there's not a lot of right or wrong answers here. The joy about marketing is that it's all based upon values, perceptions, beliefs, and so your value, your perception, your belief by default is correct. And so what we get to do is to take our values, perceptions, or beliefs, we get to see what's going on in industry, we get to see what's going on in the world, and then we get to market our businesses and we get to market our activities to the external environment. And I always enjoy it because we can always have fun with marketing. When I teach my traditional courses, when I say accounting and finance, again, it's very much you're right or you're wrong. Here we can actually have some fun. And so I try to encourage you guys to bring as much of your personal backgrounds, as much of your thoughts on marketing, on what works for you, what does not work for you, which is equally important, into this classroom and into the assignments. So what I'll do is I'll go through the high-level information here, and I'll talk about a little bit about the first week, so you guys get a feel for things. And then I'm actually going to talk about your final assignment here today as well, because throughout the entire course term here, so until the end of March, you guys are going to be submitting assignments on a very regular basis. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is work on your different section assignments with your final marketing plan in mind, because that way you can actually build a lot of your marketing plan over the course of the semester, which makes it a lot easier and I think a lot more enjoyable. So to begin with, many of you have been in Moodle before. Some of you, this may be your first time. So let's talk about Moodle. So this is the platform. It's called an LMS, a learning management system. And this is where your course is going to take place. So all your assignments will be uploaded into the Moodle system here. All your quizzes will be completed through Moodle. All your discussion boards are going to be completed through Moodle. And so this is kind of the home that we're going to live in here for the next couple of months. So I'm just going to go top down here. So if we take a look to begin with, first off, we have all our introductory information. So to begin with, we have this video, and if you're watching this, you've already clicked on this video. And so this just kind of gives me a chance to chat with you guys. We have some information about the course that's in here, and I'm not going to go through every link because we'd spend an hour of just me reading material that you can read. So this goes through from a high-level view of what we're going to look at in this course and how the course is going to be run. Now we have an introductory discussion forum here, and we're going to use a lot of discussion forums in the course. So here you're going to be asked to post some information, and you'll see that in week 1 when we get into that. Now we have some instructor information. To begin with, here's how you get a hold of me. So email mfournier@oldscollege.ca, and I'll tell you right now, email is the best way of getting a hold of me. Right now, with everything that's continuing on with COVID, we made the decision a couple of weeks ago to move our face-to-face courses online. So all my classes are taking place online right now. So I'm in front of my computer at least 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and here, I mean, it's a Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. So I'm on my computer quite a bit. So if you ever need to get a hold of me, by far the best way of doing it is through email. So mfournier@oldscollege.ca is the best way of getting hold of me. Of course, I do have an office phone number at 403-556-8343, but it's been at least 5 years since anybody's ever called me on that. Students called me on that phone number, so it's still there. I check my messages every day, but I don't get very many phone calls these days. Now, as it states here, I can also be reached through the Moodle discussion boards. Now, if you've used Moodle before, you may understand or you may know that there's a Moodle messaging system. I'm going to be honest with you. I've got about 200 students in all my courses right now, and one of the joys of Moodle is that as soon as students complete work, it actually sends me a message. So I get a lot of Moodle messages, which means, unfortunately, I've actually lost some student messages in there. I'm not proud of that, but it just becomes so voluminous, for lack of a better term, of all the messages I get in Moodle, just notifications, that sometimes I can miss things. So the best way of reaching me is through email, because I won't miss that one. And I always like to tell people as well that, I'm in front of my computer here quite a bit. If you want to chat, if there's anything that's causing you any grief in the material there, fire me off a quick email. I'll send you a link, and I'm more than happy to meet with you sometime throughout the day or in the evening, and we can have a video chat. We utilize Google Meet here at the college, so if you ever want to go over anything, I'm happy to do so. Just let me know, and we'll set up a face-to-face virtual discussion. All right? So going on from there, we have our course schedule. Course students are very interested in that. So if I open that up, you'll notice that the course has been broken down into a variety of different sections. And so here it just talks about, so as of tomorrow, January 17th, until the end of March, how we're going to accomplish, what we're going to accomplish rather each week. And you'll notice that some weeks, such as 4 and 5, 7, 8, and 9 and 10, are doubled up. So some of the modules that we're going to look at are 2 weeks in length, not 1 week in length. So you can take a look at everything we're going to accomplish throughout the semester by reviewing this document. And this kind of becomes our, I always call it our Bible for the next couple of months. Going down from there, I do have an open up Ask the Instructor forum. So if you have any information that you want to ask me, feel free to post it in there. We have the Olds College support policies, some information on secondary research. These 2 items here, the course outline, course competency profile, talk a lot about what we're going to accomplish, or what we're planning on accomplishing in this course. And this is what was set up, what's called through the program curriculum committees. So this is the content that was designed for the course. And we've got some announcements here. Now the last thing I'm going to show you here, announcements is just where I'll put in any announcements for the course. I don't use this one very often, to be honest with you, because we do have different discussion boards in each week, and I prefer to utilize those ones. Now lastly, sneak peek, the final assignment instructions. The final thing you're going to do for the last 2 weeks of the course is develop a marketing plan for the business of your choice. So if you just click on this now, just take a quick read. You're not going to have to worry too much about this for at least a month and a half, but eventually this is what we're going to finish the course with. And so when I first started teaching this course, and I think this is about the 4th time, maybe even the 5th time that I've taught this particular course, and I do teach marketing in 2 other programs as well. I had students who were asking, what's going to happen with the final marketing plan? What's going to happen with the final marketing plan? It was causing a little bit of anxiety. So what I decided to do is get rid of that anxiety and just show you right from the get-go what your final assignment's going to look like. All right, and as I mentioned a little bit earlier, what you can do is use some, not all, but some of the different section assignments and start working on this, for your section assignments. So you can just take your section assignment and then just move it right into your final assignment, which is something I strongly encourage, because why do the same work twice? Might as well do it once. So here you can just go through and see what the final assignment is going to look like. Now, down below here, you'll notice that Module 1, Week 1, has been opened up. All right, so if I click on that, we see everything here, and I'll come back to this in just a moment. But you'll see the other weeks, you can't click on these. Nothing's going to happen. What I have learned is that, by and large, if I open everything up, there's so much material in here that I find students get really... some students get kind of anxious over it, worried that they're going to, there's just so much information they won't be able to complete it. So I like to do everything in bite-sized chunks. And so what I do is I open up a different section each week or every 2 weeks, depending upon the course schedule that we saw above. And so if you are able to finish up on, say, Wednesday, because I open it up first thing on Monday morning, and your discussion items, your quizzes, and your assignments are all due Sunday night at midnight. So you get the full week to work on it. And I find that's a good pace. When I've talked to students in the past, that's what actually they requested, so I've continued with that. So your previous peers, that's what they wanted. And so what I've just learned to do is open up a week at a time, give you everything in a bite-sized chunk, because I know you guys have other things going on in your lives, and so this way school doesn't become this big voluminous thing that you have to worry about. So some weeks you might need the full week and you'll finish it on the weekend before it closes. Other weeks, maybe be a little bit quieter around the house, or maybe it's freezing cold, who knows, but you're able to work on it a little bit earlier, so great, you can finish it up a little bit earlier. And if you are done, then fantastic. Right? Then you don't have to worry about it here for the rest of the week. Now, if there are any issues with your personal schedules or something along those lines, I do ask that you try and get a hold of me as soon as possible, just if we have to give any extensions. I don't normally give a lot of extensions unless there's extraneous circumstances, just because I do open it up on a Monday and you have the full 7 days to work on it. So there's a lot of flexibility that's built into the program. So let's take a look at your first week. Well, to begin with, we've got 2 lectures. All right, so you'll just kind of click on this, and then to work through the lectures here, just advance the little button down below, go back, forward, etc., etc. And we'll have some links that are in here, and every section I go through to make sure all the links are still relevant and active, so you shouldn't have any issues there. Now, as you go through these lectures will also link to the discussion forums, quizzes, and assignments. You'll notice it's restricted right now, but by the time you guys click onto this, it shouldn't be restricted anymore. It should be open. And you'll see here it'll open tomorrow morning, January 17th at 8 a.m. And it's going to close on Sunday, January 23rd at 11:59. So if you work through these items, it should bring everything up here that you need to read. But if you ever need to find something, I like to leave it listed here so that way you can quickly click on it. So this week, what are you going to do? You're going to go through Moodle, you're going to get familiarized with it, you're going to work through these 2 lectures, and as you work through these 2 lectures, it'll ask you to fill out or complete the discussion forum. It'll give you an assignment to work on, it gives you a sample solution here as well. We've got some articles to read and a quiz that you're going to complete in Moodle. So I went through these here a couple hours ago. Everything should be open and ready to go. So with that, I will kind of turn it loose. One thing I always like to let students know is that if you ever come across some material that's causing you any grief, it takes me about half an hour to develop a well-crafted email. But as you can see here, it takes me 5 to 15 minutes to answer a question through a video. So whenever I get asked a technical question or a question that I think would be really good for the whole class, what I do is I keep whoever asked that question anonymous, and then I will create a video that answers that question, and then I'll post that video into the weekly items here, so that way everybody can see what's going on. So if you ever have a question, feel free to fire it off. As I said, email is usually the best way, or through my telephone there. And I'm more than happy to create as many videos as you guys request, essentially. If you ever want to meet, as I stated, just fire me off a quick little email there. We'll set up a time to meet over the computer. I'll fire you off a Google Meet link, and then we can chat face-to-face virtually. So with that, I'll kind of wind up here. I look forward to working with you guys here over the next couple of months. If you have any questions at all, reach out. That's what I'm here for. All right, so have a great day, have a great week, and we'll talk to you guys soon.